What could possibly be in this box? I have to tease you a bit here because the answer will shock you. So let's hear the beginning of the story before you hear the twist, okay?
Tim was the baby boy and was a good young man.
56-year-old Tim Garlington was a Marine veteran who was born and raised in Philadelphia before he moved to Georgia. It's where he died nearly 2 years ago. But his parents, Lawrence and Abby Butler, were determined to have him buried in his hometown.
Timothy Garlington's parents hired Southern Cremations and Funerals at Cheatham Hill in Marietta to transport his remains to Nick's and Nick's Funeral Home in Philadelphia.
Okay, I think you see where this is going. Just hold on, don't make any guesses yet.
They say when they went to Nick's and Nick's to pick up their son's belongings, the white box was among the items they received. Butler said the box was in his car.
The Butler's attorney says the family drove around with the box in their car for days.
I got in my car and I smelled death.
And when they grabbed the box, it was covered in a fluid, which got all over them, and they took it in the home and put it on the back porch. Not knowing what it was, they inquired with Southern Cremation in Georgia, and they were informed that it was their son's brain.
Can you imagine that? But even further, can you imagine that phone call? Yes, sir, I'm sorry, but yes, that is your son's brain in that box. We can take that back, actually.
The Butlers now suing both funeral homes for gross misconduct in the handling their son's remains and severe emotional distress.
We just trusted them to do what we thought should be done correctly, and this was not done correctly at all. It was, and it is, still in my heart.
There's no excuse. There is zero excuse for this type of error to happen.
I spoke with the owner of Nick's and Nick's on the phone. He told me his team never knew what was inside that box. He says they thought it was personal effects.
Body parts should be in the body. So I don't understand why they would send him his brains in a box.
Julian Nixon says Southern Cremations is solely at fault because they shipped the brain matter along with the deceased's personal effects, and says Pennsylvania state officials cleared him of any wrongdoing.
We immediately reported it to the state board and the medical examiner. When the state board investigated, they said that we did everything correct.
Lawyers representing the family say there are still a lot of questions, including why the brain was separate from the body in the first place.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest question here. What are you guys doing just taking brains out of people? And it would seem that they then sent it to an unsuspecting funeral home. There's a heck of an explanation waiting to be unleashed here.
Timothy's parents say they hope to prevent something like this from happening again.
We just pray that this doesn't ever happen to anyone else again.